Welcome everybody to a special event video where me, John, Bob, we are going to see 3 from Hell, baby, yeah. They're doing a Fathom event screening and we're actually gonna go to it. Before we head in though, I wanted to ask you guys a quick question.
Sure.
Now this is a sequel to House of a Thousand Corpses,
yeah,
and The Devil's Rejects. Do you like those movies?
I like the Devil's Rejects was good, but I like the original better.
You like House of a Thousand Corpses better?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, I'm the opposite.
I didn't. Satan in the first one.
I always joke.
I love that.
I always joke about the first movie. It's not as bad as I joke with. I like, you know what I mean?
You've always called it a Texas Chainsaw Massacre
it just
ripoff.
reminded me of some Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Okay.
Which is fine, but I joke with that, saying I hate it. I don't completely hate it.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
But the Rejects I thought was fantastic.
Oh, it's phenomenal. It's
think
a
I
great.
mean, it was a
I think
I
it's
thought it was a worthy sequel. I mean,
Yeah.
I thought it was his best, but that's just me.
Well, I love
his
it.
worst too.
Oh, jeez. That's a whole nother video.
But you and I were in the movie theater in 2005 seeing this flick, The Devil's Rejects.
I don't even remember yesterday. Do you want me to remember back that far?
I remember, goddammit, I remember. But let me ask you this: when this was announced, were you like excited, or are you a little nervous?
The problem is with the, I mean, like we were just talking about, it's been 14 years since the last one, and it's gonna be kind of hard. I mean, especially after the ending of Rejects. They got some explaining to do in this film.
They really
Unless
do.
They pull something out of their ass.
I mean, what about you? Are you excited?
I'm in
Are
between.
You nervous?
They announced that I was happy because of the sequel to The Rejects. I loved it. It's my favorite zombie movie by far.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But also at the same time, made me nervous is that his last two, 31 and the Lords of Salem was...
Lord Salem was
wow.
the worst.
For me, I thought they were terrible.
Nightmares.
But, I mean, I'm being positive going into this.
The problem with movies that wait that long to make a sequel...
They're not good.
Well, that and it's kind of hard to have the same kind of intensity.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, but you know what? I agree. I'm going by his last two. I thought they were, they're very, very disappointing for myself.
Oh, the movie was so bad for Lords of Salem, we literally laughed out of our seats.
Well, this is
and the
true.
people on the left of me.
Everybody,
the
let's
people
be
on the
honest.
left of me were just
Everybody
just
did.
laughing,
31 was just dull for me.
So I guess the real thing is, like, now we're going into this excited but yet hesitant at the same time. So I guess we'll see what happens.
Yes.
This movie's more like a Russian roulette.
It is.
It can be, yeah. Yeah.
I don't know who's gonna get the bullet, but we'll.
But you'll hear from us, believe it.
We'll hear from. We'll see. In the meantime,
absolutely.
let's head in and see what the horror experience has for us.
Please be good.
Please be good.
I prayed all night, so.
Let's head in. All right, guys. Before we sort of, dive into it and everything, I wanna ask you guys, what is your thoughts on Rob Zombie, just as a filmmaker? I mean, I really want to know.
Oh, that's a tough one. A few good ones.
I mean, okay, let me ask.
Like his direct,
I think he's more missed than hit for me.
Yeah.
I mean, what is the worst one, if you had to say? The worst
31
one.
or Salem.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you.
It's Lords of Salem. It's Lords of Salem, guys. The Lords of Salem one is absolutely donk. I remember when we were in the movie theater and everybody laughed.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody
Hard
did.
almost fell out of the damn seat.
Everybody did. That whole thing with the...
Yeah, that was crazy.
I'm gonna have nightmares about that movie again.
I will say this much. The Halloween movies... Still didn't like them.
The original John Carpenter.
I didn't like them. I will also say this. I think his best is The Devil's Rejects.
I agree.
By far.
I agree.
I think House of a Thousand Corpses is still really good. Outside of that...
Yeah, I think that's the big thing they're missing is Dr. Satan.
Oh, this is the truth. Dr. Satan. Dr. Satan!
you wake up in here, a drill going in your skull.
I will say this: 31. We saw it together. It didn't do really great to me. Lords of Salem was dog shit. Yeah, I wish.
Wow.
The 2 Halloween sequels. It feels like
I think those are like the middle movies of his career that were.
Yeah. Well, he said he was stopping around that time. Doing horror
Yes,
movies, so.
and then he continued doing horror movies because that's all he could actually make at the point. Because that's all the money they were given was for horror movies.
I think they had a great start with House of Corpses and Devil's Reject, but when they, after waiting such a long time, it's really hard to keep that kind of thing going.
It is. I mean, we'll see what happens, but well, let us know what you think about Zombie. Let's see what we see with this wonderful horror experience. Good, bad. Well, it's Rob Zombie.
Either one.
You never know.
I know.
And you'll be down here to all left, so you're on the left.
Thank you. All right, guys, we are at Zombie 1. Well, 3 from Hell.
Three from hell, yes.
3 from Hell, yes.
1, 2, 3.
Yes. I don't know which one of us is which. I'm
3 from hell.
No, I
I'm
mean
the clown. Come
you're
on,
the
man.
clown. You're more of like
I don't mind being Otis.
Otis. I'm Baby.
Yeah, you can't pull off his ass chef like her.
All right. Let's head in, guys.
But the time never seemed right, the situation wasn't right. And about 3 years ago, I had my first meeting with Lionsgate and brought up the idea of making another movie. And they were fairly receptive to the idea. So for the next year, we kind of went back and forth, started developing the script and getting the idea together. And then about 2 years ago, Sherry, Bill, and Sid and I all sat down for lunch and discussed the idea of making another movie, and everybody was gung-ho. And then for another year after that, I worked on the script and got it all together and started shooting. So all in all, it's pretty much a 3-year process from start to finish. But it's finished, and here it is, so 3 from Hell. Please enjoy.
No, I think you should not say nothing.
Well, I still have like another sibling come out of nowhere.
Probably. Well, we are getting out of 3 from Hell, guys. We are getting out of this. All right. Well, that was quite the experience, dare I say, right?
Here's my expression behind the movie.
Yes.
Well, we'll have our
We'll talk about that.
full thoughts very soon, guys. Let's head to the car and then we'll start to give you our full and complete thoughts on 3 from Hell, baby. I do sound like it. Get out of here. I do sound like it, damn it. All right, guys, we are back in the car from 3 from Hell. Now, we're not going to say our thoughts until we actually get back to the apartment, and then we're going to give our full thoughts. But there was a lot more people in the theater than I was really expecting. When I originally got the tickets for this, there was maybe 2 other seats that were taken, and that was it. There was a lot of people here. Did you really expect it was going to be this popular? Or the screening was going to be popular?
I didn't know what to expect, to tell you the truth.
Well, God knows who actually enjoyed the other movies, so you can't really say who's going to be here. Plus, it's one of those Fandango events, so...
Yeah, so it's one of those sort of like really popular ones. Unfortunately, we missed out on the poster because there was only like 50 of them.
Yeah.
And we sort of missed out on it. However, I went on eBay and I got myself one of the posters for like $22. So,
for you.
you know, he's still gonna.
Hopefully it actually shows up in mail for you.
Well, let's hope, right? Let's hope.
I want to steal it out of your mail.
What the hell?
Really? Who would do that?
He's going to be stalking your mailbox.
You'd hope not. Oh, that'd be just weird.
Wait till you
think?
get it and knock you out.
Yeah, guys, so it was a really popular screening. A lot of people were there. It seemed like people enjoyed the movie, but did we? Well, we'll see you back at the apartment and tell you our full thoughts, guys. See you there.
It's a UFO. It's gonna fall.
I want the knife.
I want the knife. I got my
Please. Please. All right, everybody, we are back at the apartment now, ready to talk about 3 from Hell, baby. Yeah, right
Keep
here.
it up, I'll send you back.
So, like we said, this is the sequel to House of Thousand Corpses, Devil's Rejects.
Almost a decade and a half.
14 years later, where would you guys like to start with 3 from Hell?
Oh man.
Where do you think, sir?
We're kind of obvious.
Yeah, it is.
We gotta go the end of Rejects and beginning
Okay,
of
we're in
this
Rejects. Now, if you guys remember, the end of Devil's Rejects is they're going down that road.
Beating the hell.
You know, they're cranking Freebird.
Yes, they are.
And
Nowhere to go,
Yeah,
really.
an army of cops coming toward them.
the Freebird, yeah.
Please don't do that. That's torture.
And
That was terrible.
and
Sorry out there.
okay. And the cops are right there. They got the barricade, and they're just like, and they're just shooting the living shit out of them.
20 shots in each of them.
And
Swiss cheese, basically.
and basically the movie ends at that point, and I think we all thought, oh, well, they're pretty much dead.
This is
you know.
spoilers, right?
Yeah, we're going spoilers on this, guys.
Full blown.
Full blown. But this movie picks up right where basically they're
Miraculously somehow survived.
they're bringing them into the hospital.
Yep.
They're working on them. They're like, you know,
Well, they basically said, there's almost no chance they're going to survive.
there's like a 1 in a million chance that they're going to survive. Well,
Big number, huh?
one is
Christ, they could have won the lottery.
1 is the lucky number because they actually did survive. And they're obviously going to be put in prison. There's a clips of a trial and everything.
Yep.
And they all get sentenced to pretty much life
Well,
in prison.
Some get death.
Well,
Some get death.
but, yeah. Weren't they all supposed to get it, though?
I believe they were all supposed to get it at
I don't
different
understand.
points.
Yeah. At different points.
At different points, not all at the same time.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like Baby, they put her in a mental asylum.
They pretty much
prison.
Yeah, but I think they're all mental.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean, wouldn't you
I
think
mean-
so?
You figured they'd all be on death row at the same time, but
They all gonna
Think.
Yeah.
But they ended
they're
up.
like, oh, she's too mentally incompetent. She's too crazy compared to the rest of them.
I don't know
pretty
how the
much
hell
true.
they figure that out.
Well, who knows about
They're
that
all
one.
Well,
nuts.
they're all kind of a few Fruit Loops shy of a bowl.
Oh, that's true. Just a few.
No, almost the whole box.
Oh, wow. And what ends up happening is that we cut to 10 years later. They've been in prison for 10 years.
One of them gets taken out.
Okay, so let's talk about that real quick.
Yeah.
Now, Sid Haig was supposed to be in this movie far more than he is. What happened was that Rob Zombie wrote the movie with Captain Spaulding in there, Sid Haig in there the majority of the time, and basically he got this phone call and he got this stuff from Sid basically saying how he's in really rough shape, he's in terrible health, and he's like he can't do any of the stuff that Rob needs him to do.
Well, I mean, that has been 14 years since the last movie, so he's a lot older now, so he can't really do all that
Probably in his
physical
mid
stuff.
60s then, so.
Yeah.
But his health is declining right now, so.
So that's what happened. And so Rob could only really shoot with them for maybe a day, if that. And in the movie, basically, Captain Spaulding gets basically the death penalty,
Yeah,
and he gets, and I believe injection, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Oh,
he gets
lethal injection.
Yeah,
Yeah,
lethal
that's
injection.
right.
and he dies. Now that's very early on in the movie. Now,
within like the first 10 minutes.
if you're a fan of Captain Spaulding, that's where maybe
His story
his story ends there. If you're a fan of his, then that you might think to yourself, well,
Should have went out better.
maybe he should have went out better, or is there anything worth it after he goes from the
They
movie?
can only do what they could do at the time. You know?
Exactly, and it's not really Rob's fault.
No,
it's
not
just,
at all.
It's just health issues at that point. So, we move on from that, and basically you have the break-in, and you have, well, not the break-in, but the breakout of Otis by his half-brother, played by Richard Brake, who after the whole thing happened with Sid, where basically Sid's health declined, Rob Zombie rewrote it with a different character in mind, of course, played by Richard Brake, and I liked the character. I did. I thought it was different enough.
Yeah.
Where it wasn't the same as Captain Spaulding.
No.
But he had a lot of similarities.
He had certain
I mean, he was nutty just like him, but I thought he was, I don't know if this counts. A little more like normal. I mean, they're not normal, but he was more...
He's like a more normal version of the serial killer that they are.
Yeah, I agree.
I thought the whole scenes with Otis was very different than what it would be with Captain Spaulding.
Yeah.
And I liked the dynamic. It felt like sort of big brother, little brother, kind of like ribbing at times, but also I want to be this guy. You're gonna be kind of like a rivalry kind of thing, a sibling rivalry type of stuff. I thought it worked really well. To be honest with you, I thought that did. And basically you have them sort of on the run, trying to get baby out of prison, and sort of all the mayhem that goes on from there.
I thought.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you guys, what did you think of the acting in general? Bringing back Bill Moseley, bringing back, Sherry Moon Zombie.
I thought it was good.
Really?
Otis is pretty much the same as he was.
I thought it was a lot funnier.
I thought
Bill Moseley was hilarious.
Yeah,
I thought it was great.
One.
Oh, I just like the way Otis talks. He just talks so calm.
Yeah.
He does very
He's calm, but he's intimidating.
Yes.
Yeah. He's just like he's the kind of guy who's like, oh, I'm gonna kill you. You just, it's gonna happen. You can't really get out of it.
It's like it's like.
I mean, the only other one like with Baby, she's definitely a shitload crazier in this film.
Yeah, she's way more like if you thought she was nuts in both the other films, you haven't seen anything yet because
she's beyond certified.
She is like nutty to the point where
I think she 10 years in jail really.
She's not even making any sense sometimes.
I don't know what she was just babbling.
Yeah,
but
she kind of reminds me of like Charles Manson type crazy.
Yeah, just nothing. I mean, she has thoughts, but it's all over.
Her reality is like completely out of there.
All over the place, man. I really liked her as a slightly older Baby who has been in solitary for way too long and just has lost it.
I can see being 10 years the way she lived. She really didn't have anything to sleep on or anything.
No.
She looked like she spent most of the time in solitary and the hole.
And the guards would not leave her alone. And
they wanted to kill her ass.
Exactly. Well, yeah. But I mean,
kill her or screw her. I mean, either or. I mean,
I don't know how she didn't get executed.
Or both. Yeah.
I didn't know how she didn't get the needle. I don't understand.
They probably like, oh, she's too much crazier than the other two. And
I guess that is one thing. Like one plot hole. Like why didn't they do that?
They really can't execute somebody if they realize that they feel that they're too crazy. So
maybe they all were though.
I mean, even Otis was.
She takes an extra loop compared to Otis.
Fair enough. No, I thought the returning characters were. I thought the best out of all the returning people was clearly Bill. I thought Bill Moseley was awesome here, where he's like, "Geez, I think my dick's gonna fall out."
That was fun. His one-liners were great.
His one-liners were awesome, man.
Some of the other actors in it, like Dee Wallace and Clint Howard.
Clint Howard is in here in a cameo. You have.
He's the clown, right?
He's Mr. Baggy Britches.
Oh God.
Right there.
He's the clown, right?
He's a clown, yeah.
Yeah,
The clown.
He just had a clown show up at the house.
A random clown show up at a house.
Yeah, it kind of threw me a little
try
bit.
to make you laugh.
Well, that's a wrong lottery to pick, wasn't it?
Yeah, like
Can you imagine that? You picked the wrong house, just knock on the door, and you walk in as a clown.
Laugh? You piss your pants. Now get them laughing.
You walk in and you got two lunatics taking over two couples. Can you imagine? I would take a chance and run out and get shot before I sit there. I'm sorry.
Although one
I
guy
would.
did take a chance, she got herself disemboweled and stabbed.
Oh God, man.
Yeah, you think, but I don't know, man. But that was just like
that the part when they did
just throw it in there. That part was just a
that
throw.
part where
Yeah,
she
it
was
was
doing like the
throwing.
slow motion running. She like,
Well, dude,
and she kept
let me
looking
ask you a
behind
question.
her. I'm like, I would have just been
She
running.
could probably run faster than Baby, but put yourself in that situation.
Okay.
You're probably so numb and so like scared that
we
you
don't
probably
know.
can't even run.
Yeah, God
you
knows
don't
what
know
Otis
until
did to her.
like Voorhees,
Yeah.
like Jason Voorhees running after you in the
Oh
forest.
sure, like you like
Like he knows the woods.
yeah.
I trust me,
You know?
I'm more scared of the silent Jason apparently appearing out of nowhere behind you type shit.
Oh,
than
I would
the
cry.
Jason.
Yeah, I would cry
Oh
much
my
better
God,
than Baby
man.
chasing me.
Jesus. I will say this. I think that the cameos are really good. I like Dee Wallace in here because at first I had to tell you
Yes,
that it was
yes.
Dee Wallace, and you're
Yes.
like, she looks unrecognizable.
Yeah, she is unrecognizable. They made
It's
her
also
look.
the other cameo appearance from Danny Trejo in this.
Danny Trejo, who is from The Devil's Rejects,
Yep,
he comes back
He was
as
one of the bounty hunters.
one of the bounty hunters. I believe it was Rondo, if I'm not
And
mistaken.
he didn't
Yeah.
even recognize him in this film, so.
Yeah, I mean,
I recognize him. He just looks older.
he just looks
No, I'm
older.
Yeah, but
saying
compared to
the
Dee Wallace?
character didn't recognize Otis.
Oh yes, and Otis recognized him because Otis always remembers somebody
Yeah, but he's a
you know,
hitman. He probably killed so many people. It's like
Yeah.
like whatever.
Otis loves seeing him though.
Yeah, Otis loved it because he's like, I can get back at you, and that's what happens.
The only thing I caught plausible in that movie was that character's son. I was like, it didn't look like the age thing for him. It's like that guy is gonna be his son. I almost didn't buy it.
I bought it. I thought it was
enough,
fine.
though. I thought he would have been like a little bit younger or something.
Okay, well,
Yeah, but Danny Trejo is probably in his.
he's
Yeah.
probably in his 70s, man. He probably is. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but he's old enough to have a kid.
yeah, he's old
Kid,
enough to
like
have a
30
kid.
easy.
They're 30s or
Yeah,
even
that's
35 or
true.
40, and you know, I mean, Mexicans. I mean, they hard drink like crazy, so they probably look like you know old.
Trust me, we get a good shot of Mexico in this movie too.
We do.
Which I thought was cool.
I thought it was really cool too.
Well, they did it enough in states. They gotta go to another country now.
we
It's
gotta go to
either that or
Mexico.
Canada.
Right. You
Let-
blend him better in Mexico. I think.
Let's see that. So let me ask you guys about the violence and the gore here,
Okay.
because if you really look at House of a Thousand Corpses and The Devil's Rejects, there's a lot of gore and blood in there, man.
Yeah.
Where does this compare, if you had to say?
I wouldn't compare him because I thought it was more tame. Not
Really?
tame.
Yeah, I think it was
Not tame, but
toned down.
toned down.
Okay.
Yes.
What were some of the best parts of blood and gore, if you had to say?
Mm.
I mean, I think the face coming off part.
But they,
where, like,
yeah,
where,
they
where, like,
just
lady.
like.
Well, they didn't show it.
In
They,
The
I mean,
Devil's
they
Rejects,
showed it, but
It's
they
kind of
didn't.
like he had the knife against her face and he's like.
And they
yeah,
cut.
they didn't show, you know, the
like,
cutting.
Like in The Devil's Rejects, you saw him go like this on top of him.
Yes, you saw the act of what was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Here, you see a lot of the aftermath of stuff. Like you see, like for instance, like when they're invading the warden's house.
Yes.
Right? They're invading the warden's house, and then the morning when he brings Baby back after they demand that Baby comes back, you see that what happens is like one of the women is completely naked, and she's bloody. You don't really know what happened. You have no idea. You
I
just
can make an assumption.
you have
Yeah.
imaginations in your head. You have certain things of like, you know, people that have died and they've obviously done something to them. You see a lot of the aftermath of stuff, which
Yeah.
is not a bad thing.
No.
But it kind of feels like they toned it down a little
Definitely
bit.
toned it down.
Mm-hmm.
And crazy enough, what we actually watched was actually the unrated cut.
Really.
This was the unrated cut.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, this was the unrated cut
I
of
hate
the
to see
movie.
the regular cut.
I'd hate to see
Probably
the
more
R-rated
toned
cut.
down.
It's the R-rated
I
cut.
did not know
Yes,
that. Why
this is-
would
This is the unrated
I
cut.
don't I don't understand why would they have an unrated cut.
Yeah, so whatever the R-rated cut is,
Probably got even more tamed down.
Yes.
Well, that's gonna be on the Blu-ray and DVD.
it's
like,
I
Should probably
assume.
be like having
No.
maybe like in the cut.
Yeah, like something. I'm hoping that
Wow.
the R-rated. I'm hoping the R-rated cut is. I'm hoping the unrated cut is on the Blu-ray and DVD. Put it that way.
Well, I hope
But,
so
oh
because
my, wow, man, that's.
You're pissing
Now I
a lot of
see
people
why it was
off 'cause
tamed.
they
Yeah.
buy it.
I mean, damn. But
I can see why it's tamed.
I mean, there's been an argument made already about this movie.
Yeah.
That if you look at a lot of scenes, whether it's the partying in Mexico, whether it's the home invasion thing, whether it's the sort of sibling rivalry stuff in the movie, it feels like everything is just scenes that were taken from The Devil's Rejects and put into this movie, and it's a lesser version of The Devil's
I
Rejects.
can kind of see it in some ways.
You can.
Yeah, because I mean, you got almost the same issues from the Rejects to this one, and
Okay.
I mean, basically their family, like in this one, their family is getting cut down by one,
Sure.
and they're running out of places to run to hide, and they're just trying to survive.
What else are they gonna do though?
I mean, and they can't really
They
kill
gotta be
that
on the
much
run.
without drawing too much attention to themselves. See, that's what they had perfect in the first movie. They were killing all these people and they had nobody knowing until they
And
were caught.
then the second movie.
Well, it's
Yeah.
gonna be
Yeah.
eventually. They're gonna figure out what's going on.
See, that's why Otis is on Baby to like tone it down.
Yeah.
They're not gonna,
Yeah, because she was like we said, she was nuts, but she was like they didn't want to leave her. They didn't want her
No.
leaving
they didn't trust
the
her.
hotel. Well, can you
Well,
blame her?
yeah. Well, no.
She was just on the fritz. I
I
mean,
mean, shit. Would you spend 5 minutes with her and the next minute she pulled out a fucking knife on you?
No.
well,
Well,
the,
no.
part, the part when they were in the hotel
Yes.
and she went to get a soda
Yeah.
Yes.
in the rejects,
A soda and a kill.
but she didn't bring back.
She didn't bring back the guy.
She didn't
So-
bring out the guy.
But then again,
the
don't
guy.
forget, it's 14 years later and she's like a shitload crazier now.
Yeah, but it was sort of like the rejects a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, do you think that it was too similar to the stuff
I thought
from
I thought that
Rejects?
was kind of similar,
Okay.
and I think maybe the ending was kind of similar because obviously they had hookers they were dealing with. They were on like a
They
They
were on
went-
sort of this like
like a ranch,
prostitution
like a
Yeah.
ranch
so
kind
that
of
was
thing.
kind of the same too.
Yeah, it felt like they just did the same thing in Rejects in this one.
But did you think it was because sequels, as you pointed out earlier in the video, sequels that happen so many years earlier.
It's not easy to come up with a
It's
good
not
storyline.
easy to come up with a good storyline. Do you think that the storyline worked here for this movie? That you felt that it was a natural continuation?
I mean, in a lot of ways, I would consider the Rejects, that's it for me. Because I even read something earlier online saying that originally that they just like, oh, they all die in, that's it. Any sequel beyond that, like, this is a possible continuation.
Okay. So you sort of see this movie as a what if?
Yeah.
Okay, as a what if. I mean, what about you?
That's a good question. I see it as a continuation.
Okay, you see it as a continuation.
Yeah.
Because to be fair, you went into this really hesitant. Because
Yes, in a way, because the last one.
last one was
It
great.
A long
It was
time
perfect.
the last one was a while ago,
Yeah.
and his latest movies, to me,
Ah.
and
I think all of us.
Big fan of
You
Lord of
guys
Salem in 31 here.
was pretty much bad. I thought, personally,
So-
how is he going to go into making another, Rejects continuation or whatever you want to call it?
Sure.
What's he going to have for it? I mean,
But you thought it worked though.
I personally think it worked.
Well, I mean, that's the only next problem is the way that this one ends, it leads to a potential another movie.
Exactly, that's what I said.
It does. And let me ask you guys, would you be interested in it?
They have to, I mean, considering, what's the timeline in this one? Like, they're in the late 70s now?
No, it's
He's
keeping it-
it's 1988.
88? Holy shit.
Oh, he's keeping it open.
What are they
Obviously.
going to do now in the 90s now? And it's like, oh, the firefighter family is going to be in New York City now.
Well, that would be interesting.
Wow. That'd be tough.
The Fireflies take Manhattan.
Yeah.
Move over, Jason.
Wow.
Wow, jeez.
Yeah, that'd be tough for them to do that in New York.
I will say this much. I would be down for it.
I would
I'd be
too.
okay with it. I know Rob Zombie wants to move on to different movies.
Well, the thing is, if he wanted to do that with this, he would have made the ending different, I think.
Yeah, he would have had them all.
No, they couldn't make
off.
it. They couldn't survive another something.
No, I think the problem is that you had to find a way to get Captain Spaulding out because he was getting too old.
Yeah.
You still have Bill Moseley, can still do a lot of great stuff. You have Sherry Moon, who, by the way, Sherry Moon's zombie here. The other Rob Zombie movie she's in, she's pure dog shit. But these Devil's Rejects movies, she's great in. So she can still do a lot of great stuff. And you bring Richard Brake in, who I was not a huge fan of in 31. I didn't really like him in 31.
I mean, the only thing
like the
I've ever
movie
seen her
period.
in is probably Doom. And that was a while ago.
Oh, fuck, he was in Doom.
Yeah, he was.
Damn, I
asshole
forgot about
purple.
that. Yeah, I mean, he's great in this movie. So I like the chemistry, and they can go somewhere with it if they want to.
I was surprised how it ended.
You were.
Mm-hmm.
Why were you surprised?
Because it took him a long time to do this, and he just, you know what I mean? Like, he talked to Lionsgate, like he said.
Yes, he did.
Said,
yep.
about doing it, and they were kind of on board. So, obviously, they did it. So, I mean, how long is he going to wait if he does another one?
Oh, Jesus.
So that's why
40 years from now.
So, if he wanted to not do it anymore, he would have ended this different.
I agree. I think he's left the door open to it if he wants to choose to go there. I see. For me, I liked even stuff in the movie like the comedy. Like the comedy was really cool. I like the comedy a lot here.
Mm-hmm.
Everything with Bill Moseley I thought worked. I thought the baby stuff worked really good as well.
Yeah. I think for me, it would, what's the other one that plays the half brother?
Richard Brake.
Wolfman.
Or Wolfman.
Wolf Howler. Howler Wolf. I can't remember. It was like what his middle name was.
Yeah, something about
I
Wolf.
think as a new
Night
character, I felt like they were sort of carrying him a little bit. Not like a lot, but a little bit.
I felt they were carrying him too, and the reason why I think they were was because he's a new character.
Yeah.
And they had to carry him for people to kind of get used to him.
Yeah, and plus Baby and Otis are always overpowering.
Yeah, that's true, because there's one
Baby was totally.
Well, there's one scene where her and Otis are talking, and there's like, well, the two of us, and this like.
Yes.
What am I, fucking invisible here?
Yeah.
Or something?
Yeah, and he was like, what am I like? I really like that, but there's scenes in here where I thought Richard Brake did a good job. Where there's a scene where he's talking to Otis, and there's like, you know what? We need to get into the movies. We need to go into pornos.
Hard.
We need to get into pornos. And he was like, what was the name of the? Oh shit.
Bogart.
No. The name of the porno that they're.
Slutty City.
Psycho Slitty. I don't know. Sluts or something like that.
Titty sucking something.
I thought it was
That
funny.
was funny.
I thought it was funny, man.
I hate to see him in charge of a porn operation. I'm like,
it's
more like snuff.
I can see Captain Spaulding and running a
ain't-
porno thing.
What, you don't like clowns, little girl?
Hey, it ain't Pornhub, put it that way, but whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
But I thought the movie had a lot of really good parts to it.
Yeah.
Are the parts as good as the whole of the movie? I guess let me ask you guys, where would you rank this one? If you had to rank the three of them.
For me, I know you guys don't really care for the first one as much as Rejects.
No, I like the first
for me in person, I like to think it's
Wow.
in order as it is.
You're going House of a Thousand Corpses, Devil's Rejects,
Yep.
Three from Hell.
But the thing between that and Rejects, it's only like about a hair's length between each other.
What about Devil's Rejects to Three from Hell?
I'd have to say Three from Hell for me would be on the bottom.
So, but it's a huge step down
But
for
the
you?
thing, like we said, it's a lot more tame compared to the other ones. That's what brought
Well,
it down.
Ryan, you saw the different cut today.
Yeah, we saw the unrated cut today.
Yeah,
If we
rated
were to
cut.
see the R-rated cut, there
We might
might be a
think
chance
different.
that think different by all
Yeah.
means. I mean, what about you? Where would you rank? Where would you rank if you had to do it?
Man.
I mean, seriously.
See, the one I liked the most out was the Devil Rejects.
Oh, the Devil's Rejects, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I mean, I know it's your first time watching the movie, and
no. I already. What I'm trying to think is
okay.
House of a Thousand Corpses. To me, was in between.
Okay.
Cause it, we talked about this 100 times. Cause it reminded me a lot of like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre in a way.
Yeah.
Which I love, and what?
It's just funny when you said that.
Well, it does.
It
I have
does.
an inside joke. We'll talk about
Yeah,
it.
well, that one.
Okay. I don't know what to do with 2 and 3.
So you're going.
I really enjoyed this movie.
So you're going number 2 for 3 from Hell. You're going Devil's Rejects, 3 from Hell, and then House of a Thousand Corpses.
I'm going to.
Okay.
That's-
Okay.
I-
There's nothing wrong with it.
I don't know.
There's nothing
That's
wrong.
his
There's
opinion.
No,
There's
I
no-
know, I know
yeah.
that, but I'm just.
no right or
Let
wrong
me
answer.
just say
I
this
know that.
for my part before
Yeah.
we get to you.
Yeah.
The main reason, one of the main things I loved more about A House of Thousand Corpses
Yeah.
was, of course, that ending with Dr. Seuss.
Doctors.
Oh, that was a great ending.
I
That was
kind of wish we got a little bit more of him.
Yeah, there is a deleted scene in the Devil's Rejects that has him in it, but they didn't put it in there. But I can see why he wouldn't want to do it. Rob Zombie has come out in an interview and said that we probably will never see Dr. Satan again. It ain't never gonna
It's
happen.
a shame.
But for me, I'm probably gonna put Devil's Rejects there. Then I'm gonna put House of a Thousand Corpses, and then I'm gonna put 3 from Hell. But it's not a big dip from House of a Thousand Corpses to 3 from Hell. It's literally right there.
Yeah.
So we pretty much are all
We're pretty much all on the same page in that.
for this movie.
For this movie, that it's a really good movie.
It's just tamed out.
It's tamed down.
Maybe we should have a review when we see the
R-rated cut.
R-rated one.
Oh god.
Yeah, that is true.
Oh god, the R-rated.
We should definitely watch that.
Yeah, the
That
R-rated.
comes out, we'll watch it.
Yeah, the R-rated cut, and
That
actually
could definitely sway it.
that could sway it big time because, like I said, I'm just curious of like what would they do with then an R-rated cut of this movie? Like if this was supposed to be the unrated cut, like I don't.
Maybe you saw her face get peeled off. Maybe you saw.
Well, this is the unrated cut. You would have seen it here. The R-rated cut wouldn't have it.
That'd be limited.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Sorry. Yeah.
Probably tone down the swearing. And
Oh yeah, the swearing would be
drugs and all
the
that
drug
stuff.
use and the nudity. Which, by the way, there's a lot of nudity in here. There's Otis got
himself good on this one.
He's let's
He's
just say
nothing
this
but
the Mexicans do Day of the Dead and Day of the Nudity, so they do both.
They do.
So it's one of the Mexicans aren't shy. So
let me ask you this real quick before we get to the final part of this.
Yeah.
What did you think of? I mean, I wouldn't say. Well, you can't really call him a bad guy because they're technically the bad guys. The bad guy in this film, the one that goes after them at the end. What did you think of him? You think he was okay, tame, what?
I thought he was good. I thought he should have been a little bit more menacing, but I thought he was good though.
Yeah.
At least with what was it? In the Rejects with the not the Rejects. Yeah, it was the Rejects with I forget the actor's name. The one that goes after them with the bounty hunters.
Yeah.
At least when he was menacing, he almost destroyed them completely. This one I felt like he was the tame version of that.
He was the tame version of it, which is not bad, but it felt like it could have been a little more menacing. But it wasn't really about him; it was about the rejects themselves, and he was just sort of a backdrop to it. That's what I thought. Now, with the Devil's Rejects and House of a Thousand Corpses, these characters were the villains.
Mm-hmm.
Not really so much here. I mean, they're the bad guys.
Mm-hmm.
But you're kind of rooting for him. Especially at the end. I mean, you are rooting for him, right? I mean, you're not, not rooting
it's
for
like
him.
when they say, everybody likes the anti-hero, and it's like,
They
what do
are...
you call them, the anti-villain?
I guess. I mean, I guess they're the anti-villain because you kind of are rooting for them because you kind of like them. I guess.
I mean, nowadays, I think...
Otis is funny.
Otis is funny.
How do you not like him? He's
you
hilarious.
like Otis. I mean...
Yeah, I guess you could say you're rooting for him, but Like I said, I thought it ended totally different.
I think 99% of the time you think they're gonna win anyway. So
I mean, there's certain characters like the Warden, where the
I was
Warden.
glad when he got killed.
Yeah,
It's annoying.
See, there's certain and a really bad dresser, by the way. He's not very.
Like it's in the 80s.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's
He didn't dress.
yeah,
Really
okay.
shitty mustache.
Fair enough. With like
handlebar mustache.
Yeah, he looked like he was about to go. I'm gonna tie you to a train track, you know.
and
no, never stop my devious plan.
Yep, and
Couple screws loose.
After watching this movie, yeah.
Just like Baby.
Oh, she's in a league of her own.
Oh yeah, league of her own. But did you think certain characters like the Warden and everything, they were made a little bit more like not likable so that you could like the rejects a little bit more?
He kind of reminded me of the Tommy Lee Jones character from Natural Born
Killers. Yeah,
except
the Warden.
he was the toned down version.
Oh, that's true.
Well, I would say to like them better.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they were. Yeah, I would say so. I'd say
Okay.
yes.
I think so too, and I think they did the same thing in the Devil's Rejects as well. I think they made some of those characters a little bit more scumbag like the sheriff in order to build up
well,
the
the
Rejects
sheriff
a bit
had to
more.
get revenge.
Yeah, but
The Warden didn't.
The Warden was just
doing his job.
just doing his job, but
Popped up on cocaine too.
it copped up on cocaine, or even the
cheating on his wife too.
Yeah. Even the officer played by Dee Wallace, she wasn't exactly the nicest chick in the world either.
No, because it started basically with that when she went up for a parole.
Yeah.
Baby with
and sort of
broke her
nose, and then it's like, I'm gonna have these two females beat you up. And damn near kill her.
It was the other way around. But
yeah,
I wasn't expecting that. I was like,
how did she?
I don't know how the hell. That she's handcuffed too.
I don't understand that.
How the hell?
Her hands were still bound.
Yeah, her hands are bound. So they're
were
literally
feet, weren't they?
Feet.
Didn't she have the leg chains on too?
She had the leg one. She was walking like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, she had.
She must have been fucking Houdini to do that shit.
Hey, it's Baby, it's the movies. What can it's whatever. But
kind of like they went so fast you couldn't really see what was happening.
Yeah, it's a very much like a
it looked like that they were beating Baby up.
Yeah, but then you flipped it around and it was there. I mean, it's got its good and surprising moments, and I felt like the crowd actually really enjoyed it. The crowd was getting into it.
I thought the crowd liked it.
And by the way, it was a great crowd because very silent.
It was silent. They laughed.
Mostly, but I mean,
and the occasional phone out, and you can see the glare from the.
Yeah, unfortunately, kind of get that. But I thought they were into the movie for the most part. I mean, it's interesting. So many years later, 14 years later, you have a lot of movies that come out years later, like whether we're talking Godfather Part 3, whether we're talking Clerks 2. Sin City, A Dame to Kill For.
God, don't remind me of
that. Some have been successful, some have not. Where does Three from Hell rank?
They do better than the others.
Well, let me ask these guys, what is your final thoughts and grade rating on Three from Hell?
Oh, I mean...
Bobby G.
like we said earlier...
Yeah.
This feels in some parts mostly like a tame version of the Devil's Rejects.
It kind of does at times.
I mean, like almost everything is. I feel like it's almost a bit from the last movie. At least the majority parts.
Yeah, at times.
And if it wasn't, I mean, considering this is the unrated version, and the rated version is the toned down version of this, this movie felt a lot more tame than the last two movies.
Yeah.
At least the last one, anyway.
Well, that's true.
I mean, maybe if it was more crazier like the last movie.
How much crazier would you have wanted it? I guess.
Crazy as hell.
I mean, what would be like take a scene from this movie that's a tame that you would consider tame that you would actually go more crazy with.
Well, the problem is like when they're gonna do something, they cut it off and they show the next scene like that. Like when they went to the guy at the warden's house and took them all hostage.
Yeah.
Then you cut to the next morning where you see like one woman all naked, beaten up, and tortured and shit, and you got the one guy lying, bleeding to death, and I was surprised he's still alive after all that.
That's true.
He survived that long overnight with the gunshot wound. Even like the part, I can understand they want to skip it to get to the next scene, like when they cut the woman's face off.
Yeah.
It's just like, it would have been nice to see.
But he always done that,
at
though.
At least starting it, like getting the knife and you could feel like blood coming off it.
Okay.
But it just felt like some stuff could have been expanded a little bit more.
You felt that they could have tortured a little bit more, the torturing and everything aspect of it. Okay.
When they do like the big final fight scene, where they're taking out all the... How many guys were there with that guy, that main bad guy?
With like the
6 or 7?
God, I thought there would have been more.
I thought he would have had like more. 20 or 30.
It's supposed to be a hit squad.
Yeah.
It's not much of a hit squad.
No, it's really not.
Must have been the weekend crew or something.
You know what?
The weekend workers.
Like, so who's on this weekend? I need you.
They asked for the day off.
They asked for the look. I mean, sometimes you just need time spent with the family.
With the fam.
With the family, so.
Yeah.
Were they working at the Mexico Wegmans down there?
They're working somewhere. Who the hell knows?
Who's today on the hit kill squad from Wegmans? You. I think I could spare him.
They had no training.
They had no training, so they had no training.
They killed shit of them by herself.
Yes, with by the way, a bow and arrow.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised she was such an accurate shot.
Which was kind of cool, actually. I'm not gonna lie. I thought that was the first time you ever used a bow and arrow.
You get shot in the head with an arrow.
Okay.
You think they'd be instantly dead?
Well, they were. I think they went towards the neck.
I thought I saw she hit one right in the skull with it.
Maybe. I would have to watch it again to kind of see, but...
No, other than that, like when they killed the final bad guy in this, it's just like, they burned him alive. You figured they'd torture him a little bit before they kill him.
It is torture. Getting burned is torture.
Yeah, well, that's true.
It's slow, but it's torture.
It depends on your...
In their casket.
Oh, geez, you be more brutal?
Are more sadistic.
Oh, good lord. What's your grade rating, sir?
I like Devil's Rejects a lot better than this. This felt like the tame version of that.
Yeah.
I'm terrified to see what the rated or their art rated.
I am. I'm not gonna lie. I really am kind of curious.
That's toned down from this. Oh my god.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably. It wasn't all bad. I thought it was decent enough to keep me entertained. Probably have to see about an average C plus.
C plus?
Yeah, it wasn't. I didn't think it was a great film, but it wasn't a bad one. I've seen a lot worse.
It was better than
31.
Well, yeah, Lords of Salem, Halloween, and Halloween 2. Let me ask you this: was it better than you expected it was gonna be?
See, the problem is, like we said earlier, it's been so long since the last one.
Yeah.
The last two were just like out of the ballpark.
I thought they were great. So
it's not easy to make a film after over 14 years.
Well, that's true. So I think we would say it's probably better.
Yeah, it's better than those last two movies and the Halloween films.
Oh, that's true. Well, with that being said, what about you, sir? What's your final thoughts on grade rating?
Oh, me?
Yeah, you.
I thought you were talking about...
Come on, Otis.
No,
the light.
Not the lamp, you.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm curious.
You are?
Yeah.
Anybody else curious?
Is Bob curious?
Bob,
Yay.
you don't get
I'm interested to hear what you hear.
Okay.
I'm going to go with B minus.
B minus. Okay, though you're actually you're slightly higher, but not that much higher. Why would you say that? Kind of curious.
Why?
Yeah. Why?
I liked it. I thought it was good.
Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, can you elaborate, sir?
Yes. Thanks, Bob. I was getting there. I liked the storyline.
Okay.
I thought the acting was good.
Okay.
Better than I thought.
Yeah.
Going into this, like I said, I thought it wasn't going to be... I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
It went more than I thought.
Okay.
Okay, I agree that the gore could have been better.
Good, yeah.
Definitely.
Oh, absolutely.
I thought it was funny.
I thought it was, yeah.
I thought it was really funny. Otis, I thought was great.
Yeah, I thought it was a ball.
and I just liked it. It definitely kept me entertained.
All right.
More than entertained.
Which is what you want because if
Yeah,
you're watching
exactly.
more from
Yeah,
it.
I liked the plot. I thought it was good, and it's B-. Sounds good to me.
Okay. For me, I have to admit, going into this. Oh, you're curious about me. Me,
Come on, I want to hear your story.
yeah. So look,
Look.
Rob Zombie is a very interesting personality of a guy and an artist, and I feel like after he did House of a Thousand Corpses and The Devil's Rejects, that were so liked and loved by people that I think he veered off of what made his movies, those two, really successful. For some reason, there wasn't as much likable characters, and I felt like maybe what's great about those first two movies is that there's a great mixture of comedy and horror.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not too overwhelming on one side or another, but it works perfectly for what he's trying to accomplish. The House of a Thousand Corpses is more of a psychedelic, trip of a movie.
Yeah.
The Devil's Rejects is more of a gritty...
It's a straight movie.
It's a gritty 70s style of
straightforward movie, and there's that. The acting was... It seemed like the acting was better in just like a movie. Not that the first movie wasn't a movie, but you know what I mean? It was... it's hard to explain.
It kind of felt like the first one was almost like a Tales from the Crypt.
Yes, you would almost think it's a Tales from the Crypt type of thing, and I completely understand that. It feels that
That one felt like a 70s horror movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
This one feels like
more of a movie.
A movie. It has some feels of like a 70s style movie. It has a little feel of like a revenge flick at times.
A lot of revenge in this movie.
A lot of revenge in this movie. I thought the acting, which I was worried about, I thought, okay, years later, is Bill Moseley going to still carry it? Is Sherry Moon Zombie going to do it? I thought they did a great job. I thought all the new people, like Richard Brake, I thought he did a great job here. It's sad to see only Sid Haig have the short screen time that he did, but I thought he did a good job for what he had. I liked the blood and gore that what we got.
Yeah.
I thought that was really good. I thought, like I said, the comedy was really fun at times. It kept me entertained. I liked sort of the action when it happened. It's all about this world, House of a Thousand Corpses and The Devil's Rejects, and this one is all about the characters.
Yeah.
And the plot is what the plot is, but it's the characters that keep you intrigued in it and actually make you care about what's going on, whether it's the torture or the blood or gore and everything. I thought it was better than I expected because I went into this movie scared as shit. I was like, this movie's going to really fail. Thankfully, that was not the case. I do agree with you that it feels a little bit too similar to The Devil's Rejects, that it could have been better done. Maybe done some newer things, but if you're gonna ape off of a film, why not ape off of The Devil's Rejects, which is a successful film anyways. I would give this movie a...
Going you an A.
No, we're not going A. We're not going A. I would say probably... No. I'm gonna go ahead and say a B minus. I'm gonna go ahead and say a B minus as well. It's almost up to a B, but it's got a slight issues to it. But overall, though, it's way better than I ever expected it was gonna be. And I kind of now want Rob Zombie to only do Devil's Rejects movies for the rest of his career, and I would be a happy man.
No more
Probably
Halloweens.
do better than the other ones.
No more Halloweens. No more Lords of Salem with some chicken wing dude holding dildos and everything. I don't want that.
You don't want to see the sequel? You're gonna be
I don't
the
want.
star.
What
I don't want. No, we're done. Okay, we're done.
The child gets formed. It is this one.
So what?
He is the second coming of death.
Yeah. I think it was a steamy pile.
This one is definitely not a steamy pile, guys.
No.
Not at all.
We haven't seen the rated version yet.
Oh yes, we'll wait for the rated version. Lord help us.
Ready for some murder and mayhem?
Hey, boy. What's your don't like clowns?
Guys? Oh shit.
Where do you want me to cut first?
How about you don't cut anywhere?
I always wanted to see what a human heart looks like.
You know what? Guys, I hope you enjoyed the review. If you did, definitely give it a thumbs up. Let us know what you think. Guys, let us know what you think of The Three from Hell, The Devil's Rejects, and Rob Zombie and everything. And somebody please call 911 because I'm gonna need help because these guys are psycho and I need help.
Bye-bye.